What's up, everyone? It's Tokyo Brandon, currently WagerTalk's #1 all sports profit capper in 2025. And today, going to go over a few of the MLB games on the slate today. I'm going to show you how I cap the games, bunch of plays, hopefully give you a lot of information so you can bet the games yourself with this information. And I usually go over some Asian baseball, but honestly, I looked over the schedule. I like a couple of the Japanese ones. I don't really like any KBO tonight, so I'm not going to go over KBO. And all of my Japanese databases are in Japanese, so I can show them to you, but you might not be able to read them. So I don't know if that'll be very entertaining. But anyways, I'm here to entertain you, but mostly I'm here to open up my spreadsheets and show you how I cap games. I'm the #1 all sports profit capper 4 of the last 5 years at WagerTalk, including this year. I'm plus 75 units, leading all 33 cappers at WagerTalk. I am the #1 guy, and I have been the #1 guy ever since I joined WagerTalk, except in 2023. I was not #1 that year. But this year I'm back to #1. I'm also #1 in all sports profit the last 3 days and the last 7 days. So thank you for joining me, and do me a huge favor, leave a comment and a like on the replay of this, and I will be sure to read your comments and answer you, and hopefully we can get some winners today. I do have one feature MLB play that's already out on my page at WagerTalk, and if you go to that little scroller down there, you can see my page. It's wt.buzz/tb. So I also generally will answer some questions, personal questions and stuff, anything you guys want to know. It's 1 a.m. here in Japan right now. I know it's morning out there in the U.S. I am from the U.S. I'm from Arizona. And in Arizona right now, it's 9 a.m. in Arizona, but it's 1 a.m. here in Japan. So I'm kind of like your Johnny Fever DJ, taking you from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. And I do not have a producer, so I'm doing this show all by myself. It's just me, so I can read your comments right now, but when I share my screen, I won't be able to read your comments. But honestly, there's not that many games in MLB today, and I only cap the games where I have data on the pitchers, and there's not that many. So I'm going to pretty much go over every MLB game that I have numbers on. So without any further ado, 12 p.m. in Toronto. That's nice. Okay. Great job last night in MLB. Let me see these comments here. Everyone, the push you were all over as well. Hanxing, yeah, I know. Hanxing, actually, no, Hanxing won last night. They won 6-2. That game finished about 4 hours ago. But yeah, things have been running hot. I've been very hot lately. #1 the last 3 days, #1 the last 7 days, and #1 in 2025. So, hey, Will, what's up? Thanks for joining, guys. I'm going to jump into the very first game. So I'm going to share the screen here. And if my audio or anything kicks out, you guys got to let me know, but I can't read your comments while I'm sharing my screen. So I'm going to share my screen right now. So I won't be able to read your comments for a minute. I don't have a producer here. So share the screen. And this is the MLB. So Gusto, so the first game is Marlins-Braves. I don't have a read on either one of these pitchers, but I can show you Miami and the Braves. So this is how I do it. This is my spreadsheet. I'm opening it up for you guys. You can see I have rankings out of 30. I got Miami ranked 14 in hitting. I got the Braves ranked 18 in hitting. Miami's bullpen, I got 12. Braves bullpen, I got 17. And just ignore the starting pitchers there because that's a different game. So not doing that game. So I don't have a read on Gil, but I do have a read on Framber Valdez. So let's take a look at this game real quick. We've got Framber Valdez and Louis Gil. And it's Yankees versus Houston. So just right off the bat. So heel comes up NA because he hasn't pitched enough innings in the last 30 days. But you can see that I have Framber Valdez ranked number 4 on a curve of 30. Pretty good. Let's open up even further and project Valdez's outs and strikeouts against the Yankees. So the first thing I do is I like to look at how he's performed against them. And so he's on the road today as well. So let's take a look at both of those statistics. Against the Yankees, let's see. 59 at bats against. He's got a 271 average and a 799 OPS. And if you've watched my shows before, you know I like that OPS to be under 750. So he's got some pretty high OPS numbers. This is the page I use to rank or project pitchers individually. So you can see here, I've got Valdez. This box right here has all the information. I'm projecting him at 19.4 outs, and I'm projecting him at 6.6K. But in his career against these guys, I've already prepared this. This is my newsletter tab. If you have noticed, I've been putting my projections like this up on WagerTalk for downloads. And I haven't got today's ready yet, but I'm projecting Valdez 5.1, 6.6. So anywhere between 6.5 and 6.6 strikeouts. Let's take a look at what his strikeout numbers are on DraftKings right now. This will give us a good indication if it's a bet on. Where do we have the pitcher? Props. There we go. So Framber Valdez, his strikeouts. Over under 6.5. So it's exactly what I have. So that's a no play, obviously. And I have his outs at 19.5. Recorded. Outs recorded. They have him at 17. So I think that's a good play right there for Framber Valdez to go over 17.5. But I would lay off it for 2 reasons. Number one, minus 175 is, I don't really think I would want to put that number to risk that much, given the fact that his OPS against these guys is not very good in his career, and also that he's on the road today. So let's take a look at his home road stats. It's away. He's got a 4+ ERA away. Add that to the fact that his OPS is a little high against these batters in his career, and I would not play that outs recorded. So here I also project his walks at 2.6, his earned runs at 2.2, his hits at 5.2. So you can use this information to do your own capping. Okay, I'm going to unshare the screen and come back. Are you guys enjoying? I'm just kind of giving you an insight into how I cap games. This is how I do it. So morning, guys. TB the GOAT. Well, I am the GOAT in 2025 so far among all 33 WagerTalk cappers. I'm number 1 in profit, and I'm number 1 the last 4 out of the 5 years. So yeah, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I've been pretty good since I joined WagerTalk. What's up? Let's get this money, my brother. Yes. Grab my MLB feature play. It's already up on my page. 50% of the viewers hit the like button. Come on, people. That's right. Give me a like, guys. And also go back to the replay and give me a comment. I'll read them all. Give this man some love. Yes. 1 a.m. in Japan, guys. I am sacrificing a whole night of sleep to show you guys how I do my capping and give you some free information. Hit that like button. Exactly. Little noon MLB with TB. Actually, it's 1 a.m., Johnny. This is how dedicated I am. And this is why I'm number 1 among all cappers in 2025, because I work hard. I'm not afraid to say it. I mean, I probably crunch my numbers. I probably spend about 6 hours a day doing this, just crunching numbers, looking up what the best plays are, and doing all this for you guys to bring my clients some winners. And so far, we've all been winning. Let me get to the next game. I'll share my screen. I won't be able to see the comments while I'm sharing my screen. So going back to MLB here, I'd like to do a side where I have both pitchers listed, but let's see, Lord and Wisenhunt, I don't have these pitchers listed, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Angels, Tigers. Let's do Angels, Tigers, because I do have both of these pitchers listed. So we've got Angels. So the first thing I do is this one, the team comparison. So we've got Kikuchi going for the Angels, and then Tigers, we have Charlie Morton, old man Morton. So straight up, this is how my numbers compare them. So I only have them 4 points apart on the team rank. If I'm going to play this, I like it to be 10 or more points apart. So I probably will not play a side just based on this. But I can tell you that the Tigers are top 10 in batting. They're ranked they're top 11. They're ranked 11 in batting, where the Angels rank 22. Bullpen, though, Angels bullpen is on fire right now. They're ranked number 4, where I have the Tigers bullpen ranked 24. Starting pitching, pretty equal in starting pitching. So one team leads in batting, the other team leads in bullpen. So this is definitely a no play on the side for me. But you can see also the team that hits better is facing the team that pitches better, and the team that hits worse is facing the team that pitches worse. So these kind of games to me tend to be like those stuck in the mud kind of under games. I'm not saying you should bet an under, but at least let's take a look at what the numbers are for the under here, because it looks like an under to me. 8.5. 8.5 is a little low to play an under. So let's see if we can be a team. See, I just eyeball things like this. And when something catches my eye, I pry deeper into it. So team totals, do we have a 3.5 for anyone? Oh, we got a 3.5 for the Angels here. So that looks a little juicy. Let's take a look. Angels, yeah, they're hitting 22nd out of 30 teams. But Charlie Morton is ranked 14 out of 30, very average, and the Tiger bullpen is not good. So let's take a look at how Charlie Morton fares against these guys one-on-one. Maybe that'll give us a little more in-depth. So we're looking at the Angels team total over, perhaps. So Charlie Morton has a 256 average against and a 697 OPS. So under 750. So I don't really like it so far. Let's see if anything will change my mind. So Morton against Angels. So I predict Morton to go 18 outs, 5.7 strikeouts against these guys. But let's see. Morton, here we go. Yeah, his average against is okay, and his OPS against pretty good. See how he's done in his last few games in his game log. Oops. I'm going to check Charlie Morton's game log, and probably not going to play that. Simply because Charlie Morton's done pretty well against these batters. Would be the only thing I would look at here is the Angels team total. So let's see. He gave up 1 earned, 3 earned, 3 earned, and 7. If anything, I would play the Angels team total over 3.5, but that's just not convincing enough for me to play it, so I'm not going to play that game. So I will unshare my screen, see what you guys are up to. Love this show. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So I'm doing my producing all by myself, so hang in there. There's going to be some awkward pauses and stuff. What time is it? 6 a.m. in Hawaii. You know what? You're in Hawaii. I'm in Tokyo. We're only about 5 hours apart by airplane, but our time difference is amazing. You know why? Because the global timeline is between Hawaii and Japan. So Japan in the world is the most forward in time. In other words, it's 1:15 a.m. on Sunday morning where I'm at. And Hawaii is the furthest back in the world. So it's 6 a.m. So isn't that pretty cool? We're only 5 hours apart by airplane, though. It's kind of cool. TV, let's have a day. Yeah, let's have a day. 50% versus likes. Yeah, guys, hit the like. Give me some love, man. It's 1 a.m. I'm out here sacrificing my sleep for you. TB, appreciate the show. How you feeling about Boyle Evans? We will get there. We will get there. We fade Palante. We will get there. We will get there. What are your thoughts on the Cubs Palante? Some of these hitters have good numbers. Yes, we will get to it. We absolutely will get to it. When are you going to use Chat GPT to crunch your numbers? I don't. I do it myself. I have my way of doing it. It's all in my head. I used to be an MLB scout, and I used the same numbers that I used when I was a scout. So an MLB team, I worked for them for 10 years, and I scouted Japanese baseball for them. As a matter of fact, I went and, Kikuchi and Otani, they went to the same high school, and I actually went to that high school and watched Kikuchi pitch when I was a scout. So over 17 and a half. Morton over 17 and a half. I don't think I would do that. Folks, what's up? What's up? TB, what are your thoughts on the Marlins? We will get there. Good afternoon. Yeah, good morning, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Right now, we got almost 300 people watching. Hopefully, we can get that up to about 500-600. Let's go to the next game. I'll share my screen. And next game we have are the Reds and Pirates. We got Martinez against Ashcraft. I call him Ashcraft. Cincinnati against Pittsburgh. And I don't think I have a read on Ashcraft. No, I do not. But Nick Martinez, I do. So let's take a look. Ashcraft, I have nothing on him. Pirates bullpen, as you can see, ranked a few points higher than Cincinnati's, and I've got the Pirates hitting ranked higher than Cincinnati's. The thing about this, though, is Cincinnati, they still have some playoff hopes, so they might still be playing for something. Let's see how Nick Martinez plays. Cincinnati is a decent road team. The Pirates are not a good team, but they're 34-27 at home. That's very impressive, actually. Take a look at how Martinez does road first. So away, he's got a 4.90 plus ERA, as you can see there. Not very good. Let's see how he does against the Pirates. Good sample size, but a lot of that was before he went to Japan. He pitched here in Japan for SoftBank for a few years. So the Pirates hit him pretty well. So let's take a look closer here. Sorry if I'm going too fast for you, but I'm going to try and get to as many games. And Nick Martinez against Pittsburgh. So let me take these numbers. Go to the letter page. So everything will be clear as soon as I paste it into here. Boom, there's Nick Martinez. Let's see. I project his outs at 16. I project his strikeouts anywhere between 6.6 and 4.9. I project, so his average against is 288, and his OPS against is 762. So it's not very good. And his road numbers are not very good. So let's take a look at a Pittsburgh Pirates team total over. We can get a 3.5. That might be a good play. Let's take a look. The Pirates get slighted a lot by the books, but they're hitting really well right now. So we got the Pirates here over 3.5 at -130. I think that's a really good play, actually. Matter of fact, I might make that a client play. Let's confirm. So we got over 3.5 at -130 for the Pirates. Pirates are hitting 11th in MLB. They're going against a pitcher who gets hit against them quite a bit, although my overall numbers have him ranked number 10 on a curve of 30, so he ranks pretty high. But on the road, he's not a very good pitcher. And the Reds bullpen ranks 19 out of 30, which is not very good. I think the Pirates team total over 3.5 would be a pretty good play here. Let me just check one more thing. Let's see how the Pirates have been hitting their last couple of games here. against the Reds. So Pirates scored 1, 1, 3, 7, and 3. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, they've only gone over 3.5 one time. That makes me say, maybe, maybe not. But anyway, if I were to play this game, that's definitely the way I would go. So I'm going to unshare my screen here and see what you guys are talking about. What number you get for Titans? Titans? I don't do football. Dude, this is a baseball show. Ashcraft was a red. That's nice. Doesn't really matter to me, though. Mylene is Red Sox Ranger. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Hey, TB, what's up? What's up, guys? It's currently 1:22 a.m. in Japan. Let me get a drink real quick. This is my Hagerstown Suns. Hagerstown Suns Cup. I went to a Hagerstown. I have a friend who lives in Hagerstown, Maryland. So, is it me or does Trig talk too much? He talks a lot. He's very convicted in his opinions. So he does expound on his opinions quite a bit. We all have to be convicted on our opinions, though, if we're going to be doing this professionally. When you gonna? Oh, I've been to these comments already. Excuse me. Let's cash, guys. Yeah, Ashcraft was a red. That's nice. Cubs Royals. I will get to it. What number you see for? Oh, that's football. Up TV. Remember Valdez. Tell me why this isn't a 5%. The Astros. You think the Astros are that much better with Framber on the mound? Could be. The reason I'm not playing that game is because I don't really know what to expect from Hill today, from Luis Hill or Gill, however he says his name. Don't really know. And Valdez's numbers against the Yankees are actually not that good. He's a good pitcher, obviously, but he's more of an Iron Man than he is like a shutdown pitcher. And against the Yankees, his average is 271 against in his career and almost 800 OPS. So Yankees hit Valdez pretty well. So that's why I'm not betting that game. But I've said this before in previous shows, but the difference between sports betting and blackjack. In blackjack, the dealer will deal you your cards and you have to play whatever they give you. But in sports betting, we have 20 hands out there and we get to look at every single one and play only the ones we like. So we have a huge advantage in sports betting. In return for that advantage, we have to play poor odds sometimes, whereas in blackjack, every hand is plus 100. However, I like the advantage in sports betting, which is why I've been number one for 4 of the last 5 years. What's the deal breaker? No, I don't avoid 4.5. So in sports betting, you can't just shut yourself off completely to certain numbers. Like some people say, I don't lay more than 160 or I don't bet over 4.5. That's the wrong mentality to have if you're going to sports bet. Minus 160 is fine. If the value is minus 200, then minus 160 is a bargain. It's a steal. So don't ever shut yourself off to anything. Every game is different and every number and scenario is different. Today, the Oakland A's or whatever, the A's are 4.5. And I think an over might be a good play in that. We'll get to it. We will get to it. Fireball. No, I'm not allowed to drink on the show anymore. 128. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, skip that. 128, nice price. I don't know what you're talking about. Asking Titans. Sorry, I still don't know what you're talking about. Graham Ashcraft, still a red. Different dudes. It doesn't matter. To me, we're just trying to win a game here. I don't really care about little details. That's gold. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. Just basically, this show is just all about me showing you how I cap games. Generally, I'll do this inside my head, but since you guys are here, I'm just talking out loud. So 52 watching. Hit that like. Thank you, Travis. You are my cheerleader, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you think the line should be minus 175, you bet minus 160, 100%. Absolutely correct, Johnny. And yeah, so sports betting lines, I look at them like prices on goods. So let's say you're looking at a Lamborghini, and inside your head you say, oh, $1,000 is a lot of money. Well, if you're going to buy a Lamborghini for $1,000, it's not a lot of money. So you have to put the lines and the prices into perspective, right? Even minus 250. If the New York Yankees were playing a high school team, I'll lay 250 on the Yankees every day. So it depends on what you're buying. The line is not everything. It depends on what you're buying. Okay, so been hurt so many times well, it depends. I mean, every game's different. Mayweather fights was minus 500, minus 900. Exactly, Johnny. So it's just exactly what I'm saying. It's like if the Yankees were playing a high school team and the line was minus 300, you take that all day long. It's free money. So yeah, got it. Thanks, TV. MLB best handicapper on the net, hands down. Well, I'm not just on the net. I'm actually in person too. Great show, TV. Great. I'm glad you guys like this because honestly, like I said, this is how I cap games. And this is usually the process I do inside my head. I'm just talking out loud and sharing it with you here. So like the Red Sox with Crochet, but was a minus one. It's not too much risk, actually. If the Red Sox are playing the Rockies and they got Crochet on the mound, just like the other day when they had Gausman on the mound going against Colorado, they were minus 230. I played it all day. Why not? It's free money. Any opinion? Yes, we will get there. TB and Ross the Boss, you guys should do a show together. I've never actually talked to Ross. I'm sure he seems like a very nice guy. Never talked to him directly. Okay. How much does weather fit into your cap? Don't think it means much. I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't pay attention to weather. I don't pay attention to umpires. Not a part of my cap at all. Don't care. To me, the team that throws better and hits better is going to win no matter what the weather is and no matter who the umpire is. So to me, I don't look at that shit one way or another. I think some people just think too much and have nothing to do looking for edges where there's no edge, in my opinion. Maybe someone is successful looking at that bullshit, but I don't look at it. Both teams are playing in the same weather, and the team that hits better and throws better is going to win. I don't care if it's sunny or rainy. So let's do the next game. Bust out the Choya. Choya Umesh. Umesh is plum liquor. Very good stuff. So anyways, let me share my screen and we will go on to when you're going to sing to us. Maybe tonight. Actually, what have I been into lately? Been into a lot of stuff lately. Led Zeppelin, obviously, always Led Zeppelin. I've been into the Smiths a lot lately. Some of my favorite bands are the Smiths, Kiss, Led Zeppelin. I like Weezer. I like the Pixies. Does anyone know the Pixies? Good stuff. Anyways, let's share the screen and go on to the next game. Again, guys, I am number 1 in 2025 at WagerTalk. Have a feature MLB play out. Do me a favor, go to the replay, leave a comment and a like for me, and let's have a winning day. So what do we got next? Just did the Reds game. Let's take a look at the A's. I know Perkins is not going to show up in my stats. So what do we got? Athletics and Baltimore. So we've got Young going for Baltimore, right? And then Perkins for the Athletics. Perkins does show up. Actually, he's kind of a relief pitcher, though. Okay, so this SPBB stat right here, This is a percent that I've always looked at since I was a scout. This is the percent of batters he walks compared to the percent of batters he strikes out. So if I like this to be between about 30 and 40%. But both of these guys walk too many people. Perkins is walking way too many people. But he does come up in my rankings. I wonder why. I think he's a relief pitcher, though. Anyways, we got two pretty poor bullpens. And we got the A's here ranked number 4 in MLB out of 30 teams, where we got the Orioles 16. So if anything, I would look at a team total here. And as a matter of fact, this green box is where I put my notes. So I just look over games. I just glance over them and something pops out in my head. I'll put it here. So I've got the Oakland A's team total over in my notes here. So let's take a look and see if I'm going to play it. I haven't put it out yet. But let's take a look. So we got Young. Let's see if he has any numbers against these guys. Kind of a young guy. No. So he doesn't have a sample size. Let's take a look at his last few games. He had a good game against the Cubs, although he didn't finish 5 innings. Gave up 0 runs against them. And then the game before that, he gave up 2 against Toronto. That's a quality start. And he gave up 3 and 4 against Cleveland. And then he gave up 7 against Miami. So he got bombed 4 starts ago. But since then, he's actually been pretty good. Oh, the Orioles bullpen is only ranked 18, not 20 or higher. So, yeah, I probably won't play the A's team total. But let's take a look at what it is. Just for shits and giggles. Where's the A's here? So, again, this might not be extremely entertaining for you guys, but this is how I cap games in my head. I'm just doing it out loud for you guys right here. Let's take a look at team totals. Team totals. I'm not going to waste too much time. Yeah, it's 4.5. Nah, I don't think I'll play it. Let's go to the next game. I'm not going to waste too much time on games where I don't have a read on the pitchers. You know what I mean? Let's go to games where I have a little bit more of a solid read. So let's see. Cleveland White Sox. We got Cantillo and Burke. Cleveland, Chicago White Sox. We got Burke. Cantillo. Oh, we do have reads on everyone here. Good. So I'm not going to play Oakland's team total here. Delete that. No, they're not Oakland. Who cares, you guys? Don't worry about stupid shit. It's not going to win us money. So let's see. Right off the bat, these two guys walk too many guys is what I see here. But they rank high. So out of 30, on a curve of 30, both of these guys are 12 or better. And then we've got Cleveland's bullpen playing really well. And the White Sox bullpen playing so well. And then we've got the Cleveland teams not hitting, the Cleveland teams hitting better than average, and the White Sox have dropped down to 20. Let's see. So just in my head right now, I'm thinking maybe a White Sox team total under. And this little red box over here tells me that Sean Burke is a chronic walker. So I'm going to just real quick go over to, oh, I already did. So this is my walks tab. So I got Sean Burke, Cleveland. I put it in. I project him at 2.4. His walks are probably 1.5. So 2.4 is not enough for me to play that. Go back to here. So let's consider a White Sox team total. Let's look at Cantillo and see if he's actually as good as my numbers have him. Does he have a sample size against the White Sox? He does. So 30. So he's gone 30 at bats. He's held them to a 167 average and a 433 OPS. That's pretty amazing, actually. Does he go deep into games is the next thing I'll check. So he went 5.5, 5.2, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3. So he does not go very deep into games. But if you take a look, they let him throw 89, 95, 90 pitches. But he's only going 5 innings. So it tells me that he's a little bit inefficient. 90, 95, 91 pitches, you should be finishing 6 innings. If you're not, then it means you're a slightly inefficient pitcher. So against the White Sox, his last game, he went 5 1/3 inning. He gave up 2 home runs and 4 earned. That was at Chicago. Today is also at Chicago. Let's see his splits. Away. 3.6 ERA away. That's not bad. But the fact that he was not good against Chicago in his last outing will probably take me off the Chicago team total under. Let's see what it is. If it's 4.5, I'll still consider it, but it's probably 3.5. So if it's 3.5, yeah, White Sox under 3.5, no play for me. So I will unshare the screen. You guys enjoying this show? Because this is basically just me capping inside my head. Give me a like if you like this. And also grab my MLB play today. It's on sale and it's on my page at WagerTalk. If you are taking the time, so many trends, Tokyo, which ones are the most important? Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know which is more important. I'm just trying to win a game. Anything else is just clutter in my brain and I try to get rid of it. Great job, TB. Thank you very much. Help TB out with a like. Yes, please help me out with a like. Guys, we're just trying to win games here. So I don't care about distractions. Like, I don't follow other cappers on Twitter X. I don't watch a lot of capping shows. I just have my own way and I just do it my way. I don't care who's betting what. I don't care about squares. I don't care about public Joes and all that bullshit. I just try to win a game. And I have my own way of doing it. And I'm number one out of 33 cappers at WagerTalk. I'm number one in profit 4 of the last 5 years. So block out all the BS and just win a game. Great job, TB. Thank you very much. Which trends? So I just go game by game. I don't care about what trends are and what this and that. I just try to win a game, man. Just try to win a game. Maybe Japan basketball. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what this conversation was about, so I'm jumping in the middle. Tell me TB listens to Queensryche. Your soul slipped away. It's the end of your phone, precious Reich. Yes, Queen of the Reich, one of my favorite rock songs. When they had the lead singer, I forgot his name. Was it Jeff? Forgot his name. Anyways, I did see Queensryche live. I saw Queensryche and Loudness live when I was in high school. Good concert. I saw Motley Crue. I've seen Kiss 7 times live. I've seen them 3 times here in Tokyo, actually. Does TV primarily do baseball? Okay, so I'm jumping in on your conversation late. Yes, primarily baseball. I do Japanese basketball as well, and I do Mexican Winter League baseball as well when MLB's over. I do lots of stuff, guys. Lots of stuff. I'm number one at WagerTalk 4 of the last 5 years. Hit the like for me, guys, and I will get on to my next game. See what you guys are saying. Love the show. Any of this double scoop hot fudge sundae? Oh, whipped cream on top. Yes, sir. Love and subscribe. Yes. Give me a like and subscribe, please. Man is up at 1 a.m. trying to give useful knowledge to place his bet. Yes, I'm just trying to help you guys. It's actually 1:40 a.m. now, approaching 2 a.m. here in Japan. Got about 500 people watching. That's good. Like to get more. Best baseball show with total base. Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this, because honestly, this is just, I'm just opening up my brain and showing you guys how I cap games. He's a baseball capper, yes, but I also do Asian basketball and things like that. So let me share my screen. Let's get on to the next game. Next game. Gonna skip the Royals game. Tobias Myers, the Brewers and Mets. Mets is have undecided. So anytime it's undecided, to me, that's an X factor. So I probably will skip it. But let's at least take a look at how they match up against each other. So Myers has been out for a while, so don't really know what to expect. His name is Tobias. Tobias sounds like an Amish guy or something. And Mets, we don't know who the Mets are going to start, so I'll just leave Cantillo there. But so the Brewers are hitting number 2 in MLB, and the Mets are hitting 21. But the Mets have the bullpen advantage, according to my numbers. Mets 9 or 10, and Brewers 20. So these things kind of cancel each other out. Plus, Jebediah Tobias Myers is coming back from missing some time, and the Mets guy is undecided. So huge red flags and X factors. No way I'm playing that game. Marlins-Braves. Let's take a look at Alcantara versus Fetty. Miami Marlins against the Atlanta Braves. So we got Fetty against Alcantara or Alcantara. Don't know how he says his name. Who gives a shit? I'm just trying to win a game. So, guys, if you focus on stupid shit, you're not going to win. So focus on what matters, which is winning the game. Who gives a shit how he pronounces his name? So Fetty doesn't come up in my numbers because probably he doesn't have enough innings pitched in the last 30 days. Batting wise, I got them pretty equal. Miami slight advantage. Bullpen pretty equal. Miami a slight advantage, and Alcantara, whatever. 19 out of 30, not very good. If Atlanta was really hot in hitting, I might look at their team total over, but I won't because they're not hot, and Miami's bullpen's pretty good. Overall, this game, there's nothing to play as far as I'm concerned. Next. Let's take a look at Cubs and Cardinals. Chicago Cubs versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Palante and Rea. Okay, Palante. Colin Rea is another guy who used to pitch here in Japan for SoftBank, actually, for the SoftBank Hawks. So this is how my teams match up here. Got the starting pitchers ranked pretty equal. Colin Rea fits into the walks category. He doesn't really walk too many. Palante does walk quite a few. Overall, I've got the starting pitchers fairly equal. Cubs, I have them with a bullpen advantage here, and I have the Cardinals with a slight hitting advantage. So on the side, no real advantage for either team. So what I'd like to do is take a look at how they face off against each other. Numbers wise, let's take a look. Colin Rea against the Cardinals in his career, 173. Oh my goodness, those are beautiful numbers. Beautiful numbers. So I will show you numbers for Colin Rea against St. Louis. And I'll package them nicely so they're all nice. They're all nice for you to see here. So I'm projecting Colin Rea to have 16.5 outs, 4.9 strikeouts, allow only 1.2 earned. His numbers against Cardinals are amazing. But he's on the road today. Let's see if the road is going to affect his performance. So yeah, he's got a 4.12 ERA on the road, which is a little bit high. A little bit high. Look at his pitcher prop stats. Pitcher props. Strikeouts. We got Colin Rea at 3.5. Did I project him? 4.9. 4.3. Between 4.3 and 4.9. Over 3.5 might be a decent play. What else we got on him? Outs recorded. Colin Rea, 15.5. What did I project him? 16.2. Might be a good play as well. Over 15.5, maybe at plus 120. That's not bad at all. Might be a good play. Hits allowed. Let's see. Yeah, 5.5. What do I project him at? Hits 3. Colin Rea under 5.5 hits allowed might be a decent play as well. What else do we have? Walks allowed. Earned runs. Colin Rea 2.5 earned runs. Under 2.5 earned runs might be a decent play for Colin Rea today. Take a look at Plante. How does he do against the Cubs in his career? Wow, he gets shelled pretty hard. 310 average against and a 902 OPS. That's not good. Not good at all. So let's put this in here and I'll pretty them up for you. Palante, Chicago Cubs. This and put it into my newsletter tab. So this newsletter is downloadable on WagerTalk.com. Sometimes for free, sometimes it's $2 depending on how much information is in it. Today's is not out yet. I'm actually putting it together in front of your eyes. This is what I do when you guys are not watching. Palante, wow. He gets hammered by these guys. Let's see how his home numbers are. He's really good at home. Look, 4.39 ERA at home. Not that good. Let's see how he's been in his starts. Game log. 2 earned. 0. 5.57. So he got shelled these 3 games, 5.57. But since then, he's calmed down a little bit. Get his numbers here on DraftKings. Palante. Strikeouts. 3.5. Where do I project him? 4.6. Maybe an over. Outs recorded. 16.5. Where do I have him? 16.5. So no play on that for sure. Colin Rea to win the game at plus 200. That might be a decent play, you guys. That might be a good value play there. Colin Rea. Plus 200 to win the game. Might be a good play. Hits allowed. Palante. 5.5. Where do I project him? 5.8. That's too close. No play. Walks. Allowed. We don't have an over-under there. Earned runs. Palante. 2.5 earned runs. Where do I have him? Earned runs. 1.9. So Palante gives up a lot of hits, but he doesn't give up a lot of runs to these guys. And also, his last 2 starts, he's been pretty solid. So maybe his hits over. Maybe. But I like Colin Rea to win the game. Maybe at plus 200 might be a decent play. Any of Colin Rea's stats that I just went over might be decent plays. So I'm going to take off the screen share. Are you guys still hearing me? Is everything good? I don't have a producer, so if anything goes wrong, I won't know it until you guys tell me in the comments. So are you enjoying this? Is this what you like from my show? I'm the #1 all sports profit capper at WagerTalk in 2025 and 4 of the last 5 years. Get my MLB feature play today at my page. You see it in the scroller down there, wt.buzz/TB. Give me a like and a comment on the replay here. Try to use the TB cap style. I knew Cubs would be a good play today. I'm not saying they're going to win, guys. Nothing is a lock in sports betting. But why are the Cubs only minus 112? Well, Rea's not a very good pitcher, honestly. He's ranked 14 out of 30, and Palante's ranked 16, so they're pretty equal. And the Cubs are not hitting. They rank 22 out of 30. That's why you're getting a good number. So, given that information, though, I think plus 200 for Rea to win the game would be a good bet. I don't think I would take a minus price for them to win on the money line, though. I would bet Colin Rea's props because the books seem to be sliding him compared to my numbers. See what else you guys are saying in the comments. I'm going to close the show out in about 10 minutes. Wow, an hour goes by pretty quickly, doesn't it? Play up, any 5% play. Guys, I don't force stuff, man. I only play what I like. Noticed you have not said, Thank you, Stephen, for noticing. I am making a very concerted effort not to say a lot because I know it's a bad habit and people give me shit for it. So trying not to do it. Travis, you're my best cheerleader. Thank you very much. Everyone listen to Travis. Give me a like. Let's see. Let's do another game. We've only got 10 minutes left. You always have our attention. Cubbies team total over 2.5. First 5? I don't know if I like that. The reason I don't know if I like that is because the Cubs are hitting 23rd out of 30, and they're on the road. So let's do another game. That's what you guys are here for. I will have a Mexican baseball play out. I believe there's one game that I like in Mexican baseball. And also there's a game that I like in Japanese baseball tomorrow that I like that I'm going to be putting out. Do another game. This is why you guys are here. This is what you guys came to see. So next on our list is Phillies and Rangers. Oh, that's a good game. Phillies and Rangers. Well, it should be a good pitching match. So we got DeGrom against Jesus Luzardo. Don't bet against Jesus. So, as I told you guys, if you have this walks ratio between 30 and 40, it's good. Luzardo, very much in that range, and Jacob DeGrom, very much under. So he's a good non-walk pitcher. So he's very good command, very good control. Hitting, I see the Phillies have a slight advantage, not a slight, a very good advantage over Texas. And Phillies also have a good bullpen advantage. However, DeGrom has the advantage in pitching. But if Luzardo has good stats against Texas one-on-one, I might think about the Phillies. So let's see how Luzardo does against Texas one, and let's see how he does on the road. Against the Rangers, he's got a 227 average against and a 956 OPS. That's not very good. I don't like that. So I probably won't play that. Let's see how DeGrom does against the Phillies. So I won't play the Phillies here for sure. So DeGrom has the pitching advantage. The Phillies have the hitting advantage. So like I said earlier in the show, when I see one team really good at one thing and the other team really good at other and they cancel each other out, usually that to me looks like a stuck in the mud kind of game, and I would lean to an under. But given how good the Phillies hit, let's see if DeGrom totally dominates the Phillies in his career, maybe I will do or think about doing an under in this game, or at least a team total under. Let's take a look. Well, against these guys, 285 average, or no, 227 average against and a 660. Yes. So pretty good numbers, but it's not domination. Let's see how he does at home. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a good home pitcher. 191 ERA at home. So yeah, DeGrom's pretty good. Do I want to do the Phillies team total under though? No, not the way they're hitting. Actually, if I recall, DeGrom gave up a couple runs his last start, didn't he? Yeah, he gave up 5 earned against Seattle in his last start. Not saying he's a bad pitcher. Actually, he's given up 5 earned runs in 2 straight starts. So to me, that's a red flag. I don't want to take the Phillies under here. He might come out and just completely deal, but to me, that's enough to keep me off playing this game on the under. I won't do the Rangers under either. Anything, I would do the Rangers under, but probably won't do it. So no play on that game. Let's see what else we got. Jimmy, yes. If depends on what the line is, though. So he's talking about a -1. So DraftKings offers -1s. And let me show you something on about a -1? Let me share my screen one more time. Let me show you something about a -1. So if you find a team that's favored, for example, the Giants today, they're favored -164 against the Nationals. So if you really like the Giants, but you don't like them that much, here's a little trick. On DraftKings, if you go to game lines, you can take a -1 for -119. Now, -1 is a very safe way to play because if your team wins by 1, it's a push and you get your money back. So it's kind of like playing Pai Gow poker. But we went from -169 to -190. We cut 50 cents off the price and risked nothing. So -1 to me is very good value in that situation. So Jimmy, I totally agree with you. Sardo can't pitch out of the stretch. With runners on, will score. I don't know. I don't really pay that much attention to so many little details. I think you're trying to squeeze an edge out of something that's not there. Maybe you're right, though. I mean, but I've never really looked at it like that. PB, you're the WagerTalk GOAT by far. Thank you very much. Premium picks. Baseball's an underdog sport. I don't know about that. Favorites win quite often. The thing about baseball is there's 163 games. The worst of the worst, excluding the Colorado Rockies, even the bad teams are going to win 33 to 40% of the time. So in that sense, you're right. The underdogs win 40% of the time, which is much more than other sports. Like NFL, underdogs don't usually win 40% of the time. So in that respect, maybe you're right. But NHL hockey, I think underdogs win more than baseball. Just my thoughts off the top of my head. I don't have data to back up that opinion. Pizarro is poor when men are on base. If you say so, you can play it. It's not enough evidence for me to play that game, so I'm staying off it. If you play it and win, though, God bless you. Yes, almost every book offers a -1. -1 is a very savvy way to take 50% off the price and not risk anything. To me, my philosophy about sports betting is if I don't lose, I win. So even if I push, to me, I consider that a win. Good enough for me. I'm number 1 at WagerTalk out of 33 guys. I beat all of them in profit. Number 1, 4 of the last 5 years. So I probably know what I'm talking about. Not to brag, but DeGrom struggled past Fiona. Yes, he's given up 5 earned runs in 2 straight starts. If he was just spot on his last couple starts, I might play a Philly team total under, but given the fact that he's struggling lately, and he's kind of getting up there in age too, so it might be a fatigue factor, so I'm going to stay off it. Okay, let me do one more game, and then we'll close the show out. It's 2 a.m. here, guys. Let me do one more game. See what we got. Rockies. Now, I don't have a read on Blaylock. Giolito, King. King's coming back from injury. I don't have a read on King. Bassett, Snell. Let's take a look at the Blue Jays Dodgers, guys. Let's take a look at this game in depth, and I'll close the show out that way. So we got Toronto and the Dodgers. We've got Bassett. Bassett going against, was it Snell? No. Hopefully I have a read on Snell because he's pitched. Yeah, so I got a read. Wow, my numbers like the Blue Jays right off the bat. Let's take a look first at the walk ratio. Bassett's walk ratio is amazing. He's under 30, which means he's got elite command. Snell is 33, and like I said, between 30 and 40 is okay, acceptable, and he's on the bottom range of that. So Snell has pretty good command as well, not walking too many guys. Batting-wise, I've got Toronto ranked number 1, but this might be skewed a little bit because they just finished a series in Colorado in which they scored 40 runs in 3 games. So those numbers are a little bit skewed, but still, even before that Colorado series, Toronto was crushing the ball. So I'm going to believe that they're the number 1 hitting team in MLB right now, right? Yesterday's game. And the Dodgers rank 18 out of 30 in hitting. But you know what? What's scary about the Dodgers is even when they're power three, which is Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani, even when those guys don't hit, they have so many guys who can pick up the slack. They have the number 2 catcher in Will Smith in MLB. They got Teoscar Hernandez, who, when he's hot, he's crazy hot. And then they have guys like Max Muncy, who can get hot and pick up the slack when the top 3 guys aren't hitting. So that's what's scary about the Dodgers. The Blue Jays, if their main guys are not producing, they really have no shot at producing runs. Where the Dodgers, if their main guys are not hitting, they still have a shot at producing runs. So that's the scary thing about the Dodgers. So bullpen, Dodgers is bad. And Blue Jays is not too good either right now. Starting pitchers, both good. So given the fact that both bullpens are slacking and the 2 lineups are good, I would lean to an over. But then when I look at the starting pitchers, I would say no. Let's see how the starting pitchers play against each other. So we got Snell and Bassett. So how does Bassett do against the Dodgers in his career? 308 against and a 908 OPS. So he's been very bad against these batters. Let's look at who's done the damage. Ohtani has been doing the damage. 6 for 26. That's interesting. And then Max Muncy can hit him pretty well as well. Conforto, no, we're not doing Ohtani. But I think, so when I see something like that, I look at the hits, runs, RBIs. The hits, runs, RBIs for Ohtani. 2+ minus 170. That might be something to consider. Shohei Ohtani, 2 or more hits, runs, RBIs. That might be something to consider here. Let's see how Blake Snell does against these batters. Toronto. Blake Snell, 256 average against and a 649. So Blake Snell pitches much better against these guys than Bassett pitches against Dodgers. So these numbers, I would reverse them and put Snell like 9 and Bassett 12. Still, both of them pitch pretty well against the other team. So that would take me off of the over. And neither one has enough advantage here to bet aside. So I will not be betting this game. And then Rays Mariners, I don't have enough data on Boyle. I won the Tampa Bay Rays team total under yesterday. But I don't have enough information to cap that game. So that's the last game I'm going to cap. I can do my Japanese capping for you, but it's in Japanese. I don't know if you would enjoy looking at that. So maybe I won't. Hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing here on this show. I'm just basically showing you how I cap games. I pretty much stay away from stuff. This is what I've learned over the years is when you force stuff, you're going to lose. You live in the U.S. and can't get Pinnacle. What sportsbook do you recommend so we can play Mexican baseball? I get my Mexican baseball stats from Pinnacle. DraftKings has Mexican baseball sometimes, but they only offer it in certain geographical areas. So I don't know. And I'm not in the U.S., so I can't really look at all the U.S. books and tell you because some of them I don't have access to. I have to use a VPN just to access DraftKings. As you can see, I have a VPN here. So I'm pretending like I'm in Canada so I can access DraftKings because they don't even let me access the site from Japan. So, okay. It is, let's see. Hard Rock Bets sometimes offers KBO Mexican baseball, then sometimes not. It's a pain. You know what, though? When I'm in Arizona, every casino I go to in Arizona offers KBO Japanese baseball. And I go to Las Vegas as well. And every Las Vegas kiosk and every Las Vegas casino and window offers KBO and Japanese. And they offered Mexican baseball too in the casinos at the windows. So go to the casino and bet it? I don't know. I do have Japanese baseball picks. Would you like to see would you like to see my Japanese baseball model? It's in Japanese. Is this going to be interesting for you? Okay. As a little finale, I'll show you my Japanese, okay? I'll show you my Japanese, all right? Japanese baseball, here we go. Here's my Japanese. Nope, there we go. And go. So, it's all in Japanese, guys, so I'll make it quick. Tomorrow's games. I'm going to look at the Hanshin Tigers versus Yakult game, which is right here. So we got a pitcher named Saiki going against a pitcher named Okugawa. So I'll do it very quickly. We got Hanshin technically at home, but actually they're playing in Oryx's home because there's a high school baseball tournament in their field right now. So they can't play home games currently, but they're playing at Oryx's field, which is just about 20 minutes away from their home. Where's Yakult? Oh, so we got Okugawa against Saiki. Yep. So this is how I do Japanese. It's much easier and simpler. But I put my predictions here and I paste it in. And then I compare the offense, bullpen, and starting pitcher. So I have Hanshin having a 6.7 advantage here. They got the better starting pitcher. They have the much better bullpen, #1 in Japanese baseball. And then they have the better offense. And then let's take a look at the starting pitcher matchup. Saiki, 1.61 ERA with a 1.06 whip. Pretty good. Okugawa, 3.88 ERA with a 1.38 whip. Not very good. And then I look at how they play against each other. So Okugawa against these Tigers, he's 1 win, 2 losses with a 4.58 ERA. Saiki against Yakult, 3 games, he's got a 0.86 ERA. So next thing I do, I love Hanshin here. So can we play it or not? So Japanese baseball, you never want to lay a -1. Well, I don't say never. You generally don't want to lay a -1 because these games can end in a tie. In Japan, they play 12 innings, and if it's tied, they call it a tie. Let's see. Hanshin is -265. That's going to be tough to play. That's a little bit juiced for me. I don't say I'll never play a -250, but for this game, I don't think that's good value. And even if we do a -1, it's a -180. So we do have the risk of losing if it's a tie. And -180 to me is not a good price if I have a chance to lose a -1. In MLB, there's no chance to lose if your team wins. But in this, it can end in a tie. So I don't like -180. So I probably won't play Hanshin here. I'll look at other games to play, but Hanshin won't be it because -256 is a little too high for that game, in my opinion. So do they do team totals in Japanese? Yes, but generally it's 2.5. I might do a team total in that game. I'll look at it again after I get some sleep. So that's the show, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Just opening up my mind and my spreadsheets to show you guys how the #1 capper at WagerTalk does his plays. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a very personal thing. You guys didn't ask me any personal questions. I was going to do some personal question stuff, but you didn't ask. So if you ask me, I'll answer them. But not now. I'm going to go to bed. It's 2:10 a.m. here. It's 10 a.m. in where I'm from in Arizona. So hope you guys win some money today. Hope I gave you enough information for you to make your own bets. And I'm going to leave it at that. Go to the replay, give me a like, and give me a comment and a subscribe. That's all I ask. If you go to my page at WagerTalk, you can see in the scroller down there, you can get my MLB feature play for the day. I'm #1 in 2025 plus 75 units. I'm #1 at WagerTalk among 33 cappers, 4 of the last 5 years. I'm a pretty good capper. Go to my page, check out what I got. I appreciate you guys watching today. So for today, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for everything. Leave me a comment and leave me a like, and I read them all. Have a good weekend, guys, and let's win some money.